Hello and welcome. So glad you're here today. We are looking at lesson 4, Words Matter, Creating a Formal Letter. We are learning tools inside Microsoft Word, and we're going to learn how to format a formal letter. There's a downloadable resource titled Formal Letter Writing Mission Assignment under lesson 4. You can download that now, and we will go over it, looking at the objectives that we're going to take place in this lesson. This course is independent and not affiliated with Microsoft Word. You can pause your screen to read the disclaimer. All right. So if you downloaded the student resource, this is it. We're going to practice writing a professional letter with a clear purpose. And your mission is to choose a meaningful reason to write. Format your letter correctly and present yourself in a professional way. So one of the creative things that you're going to do in this project is decide who and what you're going to write about. So I've put down some examples of some things to maybe stir up your creativity. Now, last lesson, we wrote a personal letter, okay, to a relative, someone, a teacher, someone who's made an impact on our life. A formal letter is someone who's never met you, doesn't know who you are, and usually you're approaching them with a topic about, what their business is or what they're involved in. So here's some examples. Request permission to be on the sidelines of your favorite sports team during an event. Write a local government figure, your mayor, congressperson, about issues you care about. You could apply for a college summer program designed for homeschoolers. You can invite one of your favorite music artists to come and perform in your city. Apply for an internship with a local or national company. You could request your church pastor to start a new youth program. You could write the local zoo director about requesting a behind-the-scenes animal tour for homeschoolers. You could ask a local library to host a homeschool tech workshop. You could request a volunteer opportunity at a local animal shelter. Write a museum director suggesting a homeschool day event. So there's a lot of things you could do. You might have to pause the video and think about where you have passion or energy. And then we're going to go through writing a formal letter. And you are going to actually look up the real address of whoever you're sending it to. And I'll give you some ideas on how to do that. With our formal letter, this is graded for 2 points for each of these. It has your full name, address, email, and telephone number, the date below your address, and then the recipient's name, title, and address. We're going to look this up, and then a subject line, a formal greeting, introductory paragraph, basically telling them who you are and why you're writing, your main paragraph, what you're asking for and why, a closing paragraph, thanking them, closing remarks, and maybe asking another way for whatever your request is. A signature space, so leave 3 to 4 blank lines after your close and typing your full name. Make sure your margins are 1 inch and paragraph line spacing is 1.0 or 1.15. Make sure the font is 11. All right. We're going to go and create a brand new document and do this all from scratch. File, blank document, left click, and we're going to begin. So remember, what do we start with? Our name and address. And this is a formal letter, so if you have an email address, you definitely want to provide it. If you don't, you could provide mom's email address or dad's. And it is appropriate to put a phone number in a formal letter if you're comfortable with it, if your parents are comfortable with it. If not, that's fine. But just letting you know. Put today's date, whatever date it is today when you're looking at this. All right. Now is the place for where we are addressing who we are writing to. So let's look at some ideas. Let's say I'm writing to the Kansas City Zoo. All right. So Kansas City Zoo, I just type in Kansas City Zoo and I'll get the address right here. Okay. But what if I want to understand who is over promotions, marketing and promotions? Maybe I want to have them do a promotion. So we'll just Google it. Okay. Head of Promotions and Marketing for Kansas City Zoo. Kim Romeri, Director of Marketing, Kansas City Zoo. There's also information here. Kim Romeri. So if I click this, so Kim Romeri, Director of Marketing at the Kansas City Zoo. We could do that. Okay. And we already know the address. Excuse me. We already know the address from the previous search. Okay. So that's like if you're doing a zoo example. What if I'm writing, looking for the mayor of Olathe, Kansas? Mayor John Bacon. I click that, City of Olathe. Right there you go. I have his name, his title is mayor, and the address, okay, to send it to. So things like that. Let's see, what else could you be writing to? I'm going to write to, I'm say I'm a Little League coach, and I want to write to Easton Bats, the maker of Bat Company. And let's say I want to do promotions with them and see if they'll do a sponsorship for our Little League team. All right, Easton Bats, headquarters in Thousand Oaks, California. All right. Now, let's say I want to find like the VP of Marketing and Promotions. Maybe I come down here to LinkedIn. I'm just giving you ideas on how to research when you're trying to find who you're writing to. So this is LinkedIn. I'm looking for people. I'm trying to find who's head of VP of Marketing. Click on people. It says there's 72 people associated with this. 30 of them are in California. Well, I know the headquarters is in California, so I'm going to click this. And right here, I have this person, Jim Darby, is VP of Marketing at Easton Sports. So I'm going to go with that. Okay, so those are just some ideas you can use to find out who and how to address this. So I'm going to write Jim Darby. And then his title. And then the address. So you can pause this until you find the address of who you're writing to. and follow along with me. And I'm going to hit enter. And now underneath this, we're going to put the subject line. Okay, this tells them why I'm writing them. It's kind of a courteous thing to do. And I'm going to highlight this word. I'm going to bold and underline it so it sticks out. Now, here's one thing we can do to make this look better for the eyes is I'm going to highlight my information in the date, and I'm going to move it over using this right indentation. We're going to move it all the way over to the right. All right. So now this looks a lot better. It doesn't all run together. It's a helpful thing to do. So now I do my professional address here. And with the personal letter we indented, we're not going to indent on a formal letter, okay? So I've written my introduction body in closing paragraph. I'm going to copy and paste that in here so you don't have to watch me do that. But I want to show you how it's not indented here. There's just a space in between paragraphs for a formal letter. At the end, okay, so now at a formal letter, I definitely don't sign it off love, right? Like love Brett. No, that's only for grandma. All right, so sincerely is still a very appropriate. Okay, I hit 3 or 4 enters or returns, and then I put my full name. And then it's also appropriate, if I'd like to, is again, put my email address. And I can even put my phone number again if I'd like. Okay. Let me make this smaller so you can see it. All right, that's what it should look like. Some of the things we need to check before we sign off. Okay, we need to make sure our spacing. .0 or 1.15, okay? Or 1.0, 1.15. All right, that threw my cell phone number over there. And we're going to make sure our margins. Under the layout tab, margins, make sure they're normal, 1 by 1. Yeah. And the font. Where are we at with the font? Font is 11. All right. Well, you're going to do great at this. I'd love to see who you write and what you tell them. Thank you so much for joining me on this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Take care.